Thank you, Shaletta. And thank you, everyone. First, I have to say thank you to our team. And I'm just going to be quiet and wait for you to give them a round of applause. As a new leader, you come in and you have a lot of firsts, but you don't have a lot to do with it. And so people say, oh, this was great. That's nice. I didn't do a thing. So please, when you see our staff, they have their name tags on. I'm terrible at that. Please say thank you. When you see our sponsors, please say thank you, because this was all of them. So thank you so much. So before I get to my official remarks, and I'm telling you I'm going to keep it brief, because guess what? The Vikings-Eagles game is on. We won't do this again, I promise. My parents flew in from Philly. My dad has one earbud in. I don't know what's happening in there, but halftime said the Eagles are up. I'm sorry. So as I was reflecting on what to say at my first Celebrate Changemakers event, I thought about what I was doing on this very day a year ago. 365 days ago, I received a message that forever changed the trajectory of my purpose. The CEO for Girl Scouts River Valleys will be a leader of leaders, a champion of equity. This leader will have a passion for the empowerment and advancement of every girl. And we think that you'd be the perfect fit. Are you interested? Now, this recruiter had clearly gone to the Simon Sinek School of Sales. My why was all over that opening statement. I shared the message with my husband, and I said, you know, it could just be practice. He said, Girl Scouts, Minnesota? You know that's flat tire, cold weather, right, babe? And you know what? It's not going to be practice. He knows me. A year later, no flat tires to report, but I'm here with my entire family serving as the CEO of Girl Scouts River Valleys. And so I have a few personal acknowledgments that I'd like to make. She's not here this evening, but I would be remiss if I did not say thank you and acknowledge my predecessor, Tish Bolger. She and I meet regularly, and what I will tell you, because I asked for permission, is that as a retired CEO, Tish and I are friends. When I came on, Tish said, I'm telling you what I have to tell you, because it's my job. 3 weeks ago at Pittsburgh Blue, Tish told me what I needed to know. And I'd also be remiss if I didn't thank Linda Keene, who was her predecessor, who is also my sorority sister. Do we have any Deltas in the house this evening? So for my new Girl Scout family, you have to know, I am a lifetime member of Girl Scouts and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. So you're gonna have to get used to seeing this red and a little bit of green and blue, because it's just who I am. My parents are here. Shaletta, thank you for embarrassing them. I appreciate that. You took the wind from my sails. Marianne and Carrie Bartley have been my cheerleaders since birth. My mom was my troop leader, and I was a brownie for 1 year I told the search committee, if you're looking for a lifetime Girl Scout, that ain't me. But I did it for 1 year, I sold all the cookies, and I went to Dorney Park. So, hey, I'm competitive. And last but not least, my 2 glass balls, my Eugenes. When I met our team in January, I shared my approach to this thing we call life. Work-life balance isn't a real thing. It's not something I strive towards, because it's just not been my reality. What I do instead, I juggle a myriad of balls in the air on any given day. And all of those balls are made with the absolute best rubber this world has to offer. All of those balls but 2. Those other 2, those are special. Those are glass. And so in all things, I will ensure that I never drop those 2 balls, because in this life, my people are the most valuable to me and deserve to be treated with the utmost care. Everything else in my path will bounce, and I'll pick it back up when it's time. So publicly, I want to say thank you to Eugene and Jean. I know you're on your tablet. For being amazing through this transition so that Mom could walk in her purpose. I'm forever grateful. So now, it is my privilege to stand before you and help bring this extraordinary event to a close. But before I do that, I want to take a moment to just soak in the magic of what just happened. This event, the generosity, it's like a shot of inspiration right here. And I'm feeling an overwhelmingly mix of gratitude and pure awe. I have never seen money raised that fast, and I've been a nonprofit for a minute. But I like it. We're going to keep it. Your unwavering commitment to our mission, your steadfast belief in the potential of every Girl Scout, your willingness to invest in their future has touched me deeply. And when you believe in something, you invest in it. Many of you work for companies that you believe in, so you invest in them. Many of you are homeowners. You believe in real estate, you invest in it. If you believe in our girls, you'll invest in them. The stories we've heard tonight show how Girl Scouts, young and old, are stepping up to be the change that our world needs. They reaffirm the power of uplifting girls and empowering them to know their worth and lead their world. They exemplify the spirit of our movement and remind us that small actions can have a big impact. Not every triumph has to be earth-shattering. Sometimes when you wake up at 5:30 by yourself without an alarm, that's something to celebrate, right? But it's about the ripple effect, right? That resonates throughout communities, changing lives, one act of kindness and courage at a time. And when you put those actions together, Girl Scouts becomes unstoppable. I'm talking about investing in the next generation. It's kind of like the now generation. We don't want to say next. They're here, right? So when you back a Girl Scout, you're planting a seed of change. You're making a tangible difference in the life of a child and their family. You're giving them the tools that they need to become a change maker, tackle life head on, make a difference, big or small. But every ounce of support that you provide provides Girl Scouts an opportunity to have a brighter future. It's an investment in courage, resilience, and impossibility. Our mission is clear, and it's needed now more than ever. But how are we living our mission to the fullest? What are we doing? It's not about what we're brainstorming, what we're talking about in meeting rooms. What are we doing? We are making sure that every single girl from every single corner of our community has a chance to benefit from Girl Scouts, to find out who their unapologetic, authentic self is. We're refocusing our efforts to address the gaps in who we serve and make sure that this movement is as diverse as it is powerful. We're centering the needs of Black and brown families. I'm going to say that again. We're centering the needs of Black and brown families. We're focusing our recruitment efforts on girls who might not have thought that Girl Scouts was a safe space for them, a welcoming place for them, or that they didn't belong. We're doubling down on our community engagement efforts, listening and learning to what communities need, because we don't know everything. So we're going to listen so that we can help communities that we exist in thrive. We're making sure that our programs speak to all families, not just with translation services. Everybody doesn't want to go into the woods. I've been a counselor. I can do it. But I'm more of a glamping gal at this stage of my life, right? We are using the transformative generosity of Mackenzie Scott to close the participation gap for Girl Scouts as they transition into adolescence. A lot of girls, when they hit the age of 11, just don't think Girl Scouts is cool anymore. So what do we call it? It's a marketing game. What spin do we put on it to make it more attractive to our teenagers that desperately need that mental health support that Jara put together in her project? Right now, often we lose more girls at a critical moment in time when they begin to truly face the unique pressures of the digital age. I'm so grateful I didn't have social media growing up. And I give it up to all of our 12 to 18-year-olds that are challenged and struggling in this space. We are going to create a leadership institute that focuses on girls 6th through 12th grade and really give them programs that offer opportunities to build essential life skills, receive mental health support, and explore careers, and set them up for success. Show them people that look like them in positions that they never thought were possible. We're also investing in our volunteers. I've said this for years. I believe the volunteers are the lifeblood of an organization. The staff is the heartbeat. And we need to make sure that our volunteers understand that not only do we appreciate you, but we want to pour into you and make sure that when you're not serving in Girl Scouts, that you're elevating as well. We're reinventing our service model, rethinking how we support volunteers and communities in their critical work of delivering our mission, and finding ways to meet them where they are. We need to be a better support for all of our volunteers in every community in our region. We're honoring our commitment to our mission and our members by using our voices, showing up for communities, living our values of this organization in meaningful and very real ways. One of the ways we do this is by advocating for issues that directly impact the lives of our Girl Scouts. Through advocacy on issues Girl Scouts care about, we are supporting policies that allow children to live as their most authentic selves and have a sense of ownership over their future. The important work that has already been positively impacting youth in our region with initiatives like the Crown Act. Thank you, Minnesota, because the way my hair grows out of my head, that's how I'm gonna show up. The Beyond Bullying bill, the conversion therapy ban, the menstrual equity bill, and the free school meals bill passed and signed into law. We're gonna make sure that our talk matches our walk. As we make these investments and contemplate the road ahead, the stakes are high. Our world faces immense challenges, an unprecedented youth mental health crisis. Communities and families trying to pick up the pieces after this devastating pandemic, and a climate in turmoil. It's a lot, but guess what? Girl Scouts can do anything we put our mind to. We're not throwing in the towel, we're stepping up and we're doing it together. With challenges such as these, it's clear that empowering the next generation to be the change is not just a noble cause, it's a pivotal one. It's the most impactful thing that we can do. The small but profound action we can take to make a brighter future. Our founder, Juliette Gordon-Low, she knew the score. She believed that the work of today, help me, Miss Burrow, is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. Friends, tonight we are writing history. We're shaping tomorrow's narrative by investing the dreams and the futures of young leaders poised to transform our communities and our world. And by supporting Girl Scouts of River Valleys, you're authoring this story of hope. You're saying, we believe in the change. We believe in our girls, and we're ready to roll up our sleeves, invest, and make it happen. So as we wrap up tonight, remember this feeling, or maybe it was earlier when you had a little bit more wine, or a Thin Mint cocktail, however that was. Remember that feeling, the energy, the drive, and the shared sense of purpose. And let's keep going, let's keep pushing, and let's show the world what happens when we invest in Girl Scouts and their boundless potential. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for welcoming me and my family, and thank you for being a part of this movement that ignites and sparks change.